life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got cash in the bag, stadium packed. Better rocks from the side, I'm live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Better rocks from the side, I'm live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed.
Hello race fans and welcome to New Hampshire Motor Speedway for tonight's running in the IAA Xfinity Series. We've got 140 laps here to run in New Hampshire. Everybody has finished qualifying, is currently getting gridded up. Alright, cars pulling off the line. Time to take you down through the field. Starting off on the pole, it's going to be Trenton Jump and Steve Baker on his outside. Row number 2 is going to have Alonzo Chicano with Michael Meredith. Row 3, Kyle Hardy and Randy Bashirs. Row 4, Wesley Crump and Zane Bailey. Row 5 is going to have Chris Spencer and James Rotruck. Row number 6, Eric Stamp and Logan Brakey. Row number 7, Michael Carter and Richard Swavely. Row number 8 will be Brian Beach with Dalton Schley. Row number 9, Dustin German and Brandon Garand. Row number 10, Alan Duggar and Dustin Coggin. Row number 11 is going to have Sean Freeman and Craig Bristol. Row number 12, Darren Bruce and Casey Wynn. Row number 13, Reggie Evans and Jeff Gilmore. And bringing up the rear of the field is going to be Kevin Roy and Jimmy Emos. Those are going to be your starters for tonight. Pace car bringing them through 3 and 4 right now. Just about to pull off of the racing surface right now. And the green flag is out for Trenton Jump. Down in the turn number 1, Trenton Jump's got a bit of a lead over Baker. Baker's not quite got clear yet. There he is. Jump has got Baker clear for first. Lonjocano third behind them, side by side. And fourth is Hardy and Michael Meredith. Trenton Jump going to bring him up off of turn number 2 for the second time tonight down the back stretch. Randy Bashir is being challenged by Rotruck on the inside. Rotruck's going to take that spot from Bashir's. Brakey and Wynn making their way by Bristol in that 22 car. Road Truck and Crump side by side coming across the line, heading down into turn number 1. Crump's got his nose out ahead, but Road Truck's challenging on the low side. Side by side, Road Truck slides up the track just a bit. Gonna kind of diamond off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Still side by side, Road Truck with the advantage right now. Now heading down into turn number 3, side by side, nose to nose. Neck and neck, still through the corner. Bashir's right behind them. Road Truck puts that thing down below the line just a tad. We got 3 wide further back. Is that Stamp? Stamp's going to fall back. And that 92 is Casey Wynn. Alan Duggar on his outside now. Road Truck going to fall in behind Wesley Crump coming down the straightaway. Coggin with Grand trying to look on the high side, but German is going to pass him on the low side. At least he's going to be looking for it, trying to make the move coming off of turn 2. Not quite clear yet. German has got that spot over Brandon Grand. Road Truck past Crump. Hardy up here in 5th, still looking for his first win of the season. Road Truck trying to make that pass coming up off of turn number 2. Road Truck at the point. Down in turn number 1, he's got Hardy cleared. So Road Truck is going to push his way up into the top 5. Trent Jump still leading with over a second gap over Steve Baker. Baker a little loose off the corner. Chicano right in his rearview mirror in 3rd. Sly having a little bit of a wiggle off of the corner, collects it up. Chris Spencer right here, just outside the top 10, possibly about to be challenged by Swavely on the low side. Swavely's looking down there. He's to Spencer's door. Up off the corner is not going to be enough to hold that position, though. On Swavely's roof. You can hear him working the throttle coming off the corner. Crump really sent it in on that entry there on the high side. Didn't make much progress, but he definitely sent it. He's going to diamond that corner, make the run on the high side. Not on the high side, but off the corner, I should say. But he's down on the low side now. Going to send it hard underneath Crump, underneath Hardy. Hardy loses another spot, falling back to 7th. Lap number 13 of 140 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. A little bit of side-by-side action back here. Duggar, Freeman, and Bristol three-way battle for, it's like a 19th. Here goes Duggar. He's going to be looking on the low side of Casey Wynn. Craig Bristol, excuse me. Several new names. I've been here a few weeks, but still taking a bit of time to get used to them. This Xfinity League has a pretty good handful of drivers in it. We've got 28 starters tonight, so quite a few names to remember in here. German trying to make a move on Coggin, and he's going to do it with ease. Down on the low side. It's going to, I thought he was going to try and slide up, but Coggin had a bit of a run. German puts the hammer down coming up off the corner and says goodbye to Coggin. Crump possibly trying to challenge Row Truck. Gain your spot back. But oh, Hardy gets a little wiggle up into the wall, and Brashears sends it down low to avoid him. Goes by Hardy. Brashears up to 7th. Top 3 currently Trenton Jump, Alonzo Chicano, and Steve Baker. Meredith has fallen back to 4th. Who is the, oh, is that Emos? Ah, Emos got a new paint scheme. Didn't even recognize him. Zane Bailey gets loose and slaps the wall. Eric Stamp cuts that line so low that keeps telling me that he's entering pit lanes, but he's not. He's just setting off a trigger. Road Truck challenging Meredith. He's to his quarter. Coming up off of turn number 2. Road Truck trying to put the power down. Meredith has to get a jump out of it just a tad. Try not to get the wall, and Road Truck's going to get that spot. Road Truck up into 4th now. Crump's going to try and make the move on Meredith as well. Meredith getting a better exit on the outside than Crump on the inside. Crump going to turn down low again. And Crump's got the spot. He's got Meredith cleared and slams the door. So Meredith is back out to 6th now. Rainey Brashears right behind him. Brashears looks on the low side of Meredith. Down the back stretch. Rainey's to his quarter. Oh, we got Swavely way down low. Sleevely having a moment, but collecting it up, no problem. Brashears gets under Meredith, gets loose off the corner, collects it, but he's going to lose the whole spot, 2 spots out of that. Loose into the corner. Back end kind of steps out in a turn 1. And there's caution number 1. Craig Bristol out on the front stretch. And is that Darren Bruce? That is Darren Bruce in the 4. Bristol looking like he's not able to even turn that car. Let's take a look at what happened. Bruce gets up into Bristol. Oh, come back down, and Schley gets a piece of that. Bruce flips the car. A little further back. Look here. This looks like Bristol was having a bit of trouble with up into 1 and 2, gets up in the wall, comes down. Kind of looks like a bit of contact with Bruce. Let's find a better camera. Up into the corner. Well, now. Let's see if there's a bit of a back and forth between these two, or just coincidence over and over. Bristol kind of comes down. Ooh, up into the wall. Do on board with Bristol. All right, on board with Craig Bristol heading down the backstretch. Just has no way of slowing that thing up in time. I don't think that was necessarily intentional. Bruce going for a heck of a ride, though. Great shot of Darren Bruce flipping through the air there. Let's go on with Dalton Schley. He was an innocent victim in this one. Bristol way up high, come down. Bruce. Schley throttles up, but just isn't gonna work. You can see Bruce from that on board as well. Oh, the hard hit, but oh, I was gonna say, didn't look like it did too much to Schley, but a bit more contact with Stamp there, unfortunately. Schley gonna have a beat up race car after that. It looks like we've had pit stops have taken way. And we came back just in time as the green flag is back out. Trenton Jump with a great start, heading down into turn number 1 with Chicano behind him. Steve Baker, row truck, The top 4 right now, side by side, is Hardy and Crump for 5th. Up off of turn number 2. It's like Brandon Grant in that one car had a little bit of help from Spencer getting into the corner. Spencer's all over his back bumper. Ooh, a little bit loose. That one car is chasing the back end of that thing up the track. Hardy and Crump still side by side. A little bit of check up in the field from the 1896-1. Spencer's going to push the 3 wide around the 1 on the high side, and he's going to make it happen, no problem. Garand kind of caught in a hornet's nest in that one car. Duggar and Brakey side by side. That one's going to be for 11th position. Hardy has bested Crump for the moment, but Brashears and Crump side by side. They're fighting for 5th. Excuse me, they're for 6th. Hardy's in 5th. Jump still holding down the lead. Chicano in 2nd. Baker 3rd. It's like Beach might be trying to look at the rear quarter of Brashears. Dustin German on the high side of Beach. Not clear. Beach gonna slide it up in front of German. Meredith having to make his way back up through the field after that cycle of pit stops through the yellow. Possibly a penalty sent him to the back. Not sure how Meredith ended up in the back. Most times are good. Meredith gonna slide it up in front of Swavely. Most of the field singled out, bringing it down into turn number 3. Kevin Roy holding in just inside the top 20. Down the back stretch. Coggin on the low side of Bailey. Coggin's going to make that pass. Side by side behind them, Meredith and Michael Carter. Coggin and Bailey switching spots back and forth. Now Bailey on the low side of Coggin. Coggin up high as they head down the back stretch. Coggin's going to get that spot from Bailey for the time being. Road Truck trying to make a pass on Steve Baker. Baker currently in 3rd. Road Truck trying to get up there in the podium position. Coming down through turn number 3 and 4. Little bit of contact. Road Truck gets into Baker's side. Road Truck loses it. Shouldn't say loses it. Just gets a little bit loose off the corner. Collects it up. Gets back in behind Baker. And down in the 1. He's going to get back to Baker's quarter. Back down the back stretch. Road Truck's going to look on the low side. Baker's just going to keep holding that higher line. Continuing side by side, Road Truck trying to work on Baker, trying to make a move happen. They're heading down the backstretch now. Looks like Road Truck's going to fire back in behind Baker, pick up a little bit of air off of his spoiler, try to make that work on the low side. Not quite close enough to make something happen yet. Here he's at his quarter again. Oh man, close quarters. I thought he was almost making contact there. Road Truck takes a hard dip to the left. Road Truck working hard, trying to get that spot. Hardy was out on the outside. I think he sent it up towards the wall. Maybe overshot the corner just a bit. Road Truck putting the work in, trying to get that spot from Baker. Baker just keeping it consistent on the high side. Holding Road Truck off for the time being. Road Truck making up just bits and bits of time each lap. Still neck and neck, heading down in the turn number 3. Road Truck inches out Baker by just a tad. Road Truck's leaning on Baker's door. Down into 1. Road Truck has got the advantage. He kind of washes up a bit. Baker's going to fall in behind him. Baker going to try and cross him over this time by. We'll see as they head down the backstretch. No, Baker's going to keep where he's at. Well, ooh, almost looked like Road Truck kind of held Baker up a bit. Baker had to get out of it. The back end almost kind of come out on him a bit. Road Truck loose off the corner. The Road Truck has made into the top 3 positioned. And Baker's got a mirror full of Hardy. Hardy doing a great job up here, keeping it up in the top 10 so far tonight. He said looking for that first win of the season for our back-to-back champ. Crump on the low side of Hardy. Off the corner, they're side by side. Crump going to fall back in behind Hardy. Jump and Chicano, meanwhile, the first 2 cars just laying down clean laps while all this battling has been going on behind them. Ooh, the 1 car gets into the wall. Brandon Garand. Big slide out of Schley coming up off of turn number 4. Crump's trying to put some pressure on Hardy. Crump wanted to get that 5th place spot from him. He's looking on the low side, coming up off of 4, heading down the front stretch now. He's going to dip back in behind Hardy. Hardy, meanwhile, playing both offense and defense as he was just looking at the rear quarter of Baker. Crump looks on the high side. Gonna try and put that power down. He's got the nose out there. Crump with a great run on the high side. Unbelievable, making that line work so much better than Hardy could do on the inside that time by. Crump gonna throttle up. Try and keep Hardy from closing him off. Side by side, Hardy and Crump down the backstretch. Crump finding that he's able to make the high side work a bit better. Able to put the power down without having a car on the outside to worry about. He got a little bit more distance he can go up before he gets to the wall. Hardy's still able to hold him off, though. He sends it deep into the corner. Crump's going to take advantage of that, try and cross him over. Diamond the corner, up off of turn number 2. He's to his inside. Down the backstretch, and Randy Bashir's right behind them, waiting for a mistake to happen. He could capitalize on that. Crump's going to make that pass. He's almost got him clear coming through the corner. Hardy's going to keep that line running on the high side. And Crump going to be able to close the door. He doesn't. He gets loose off the corner. Hardy had too much of a run. They're back to side by side. Going across the line, Crump down low. He's to his quarter. Looks like the back end kind of come out on Crump's car a little bit. He's below the line. He's going to slide it back up on track. And he's got the spot from Hardy. He slams the door on Hardy. Crump has got 5th place. Like Hardy almost made a bit of contact with the back of Crump going down in the turn number 3. Now he's got Bashir's on his back bumper. Bashir's last year's winner at New Hampshire. Proving he can get it done here. Hoping to get it done with a good finish here tonight, if not a win. As we've talked about, his season just been kind of a roller coaster, but he's been turning it around on the up and up, trying to get some good finishes in here, and we know this is one place he can definitely do it, like I said last year as winner. Trenton Jump is currently the leader, as he has been all night. A second and a half over Alonzo Chicano. 2 seconds over Road Truck in third. Crump closes up on Baker quick. Oh, Hardy maybe just made contact with the wall. Bashir's is going to try and capitalize on that. He's going to head it down on the low side. Bashir's going to send it deep into 1, slide up in front of Hardy. And he's got the position. Bashir's is now up to 6th place. Road Truck closing in on Chicano, trying to get up there and take 2nd place from him. We are currently on lap 55 of 140. Watching the IAA Xfinity Series on the 15 Studios YouTube channel. Road Truck almost to his quarter. He's going to fall back in behind him. And he's going to send it deep on the low side in turn number 1. Going to hold that line while Chicano's going to go up high and try to diamond the corner. Road Truck takes second place from Chicano with almost with no difficulty. Probably getting worn down in the tire department. When was the last time they pitted? Lap 24, so we have like 30-something laps on them. Meredith having a bit of a wiggle coming up off of turn number 4. Jeff Gilmore back here in 22nd. Just logging laps tonight. New Hampshire's a difficult track. High speeds with very flat corners means hard braking. Reggie Evans has a moment coming up off the corner. Chicano going to get passed by Baker. Baker challenging on the low side. Side by side, then into turn number 3. Baker's got the spot over Chicano, and he's got him cleared up off of turn number 4. Baker in your top 3. Brian Beach putting a move on Logan Brakey. He's trying to his right to his quarter, but backed out of it to avoid contact. He's going to try again, looking on the inside in turn number 3. Duggar and Beach near side by side. Duggar trying to make a pass on Beach, coming up off of the corner. Down the backstretch, does he have enough to stay by it? He does not. He's going to fall back in behind Beach. Currently on lap number 62 here at New Hampshire. Everyone doing a great job keeping this thing green flag running. We've only had one caution here tonight. Meredith trying to make a pass on Beach. Meredith has restarted way back in the field. Currently up to 13th. He was up front for that first stint before the caution. Not sure what happened to him. Something while we were watching the replays, but ended up making his way backwards. Now trying to get back up towards the front. He said currently in 13th. Duggar trying to challenge Brakey. Baker up there in third with Chicano behind him. Almost looks like Chicano's trying to put the work back in to try and get back that podium spot. Like you said, imagine we're going to be seeing green flag stops any time now. riding on Alan Duggar's hood. Wesley Crump getting passed by Randy Bashir's. Crump got a little bit of run on Randy. He's going to try and make the pass back over. No, he's going to jump out of it. Randy sends it down just a little bit deeper. Washes up the corner a bit. Holds on to that place. That's going to keep Randy up there into the 5th place spot. We got a bit of lap traffic here for Baker and Chicano. It's like just Jeff Gilmore, actually. Coggin getting passed by Roy and Carter. Chicano staying right with Baker. Baker made that pass. Chicano maybe trying to make a move on the high side or just enter high, exit low, diamond those corners. Chicano really drives that car in deep. Bashir's right on the back of Chicano. That is going to be halfway this time by. Here goes Brakey trying to make a move on Spencer. He throttles up but has to get out of it. It was too much. Not going to work for him as they go by a Gilmore lap car down low. Side by side, Brakey and Spencer. Duggar right behind them. Oh, and Brakey goes for a run. And that's going to bring the yellow flag out. All right, let's take another look here. Ooh, I'm not sure who we can fault for that. If that's going to be his own doing or, let's see, up off the corner. Yeah, he goes up into Spencer. Spencer wasn't up against the wall, but he was holding a straight line. So Brakey goes for a little spin through the grass. That is going to bring out caution number 2. Yeah, he just kind of had a little bit of wobble. Get that car fired back up. Everybody going to be heading down pit road. Pace car is off. And the green flag is back out. Jump with a great jump. Oh, Baker having a terrible restart. Whoa, Baker all the way back to fourth, trying to hold on to third over Kyle Hardy on the inside. Jumping road truck currently 1-2. Baker's going to take third, but Hardy going to try and take it down here in the corner. He's drives in hard. Oh, Baker throttles up, trying to hold that spot over Hardy and make almost contact with a road truck, but Hardy is contact. Hardy gets a wiggle, falls back. He's going to get swallowed up by the field. Continuing to stack up as Spencer had nowhere to go. He had to jump out of the throttle. The car stack up behind him. We've got quite a jumble going on here as Hardy fell back through that pack. They're 3 wide behind him. Meredith, Duggar, and Beach, they sorted out. Trying to move back up through the field now. Hardy, Spencer, Meredith kind of jumbled up right there. That was a cluster flip. And they sorted it out. Good job on all of those drivers. Ended up in that mess. Grand trying to make a pass on Hardy on the low side. Excuse me, on Brashears. Now Hardy on the low side of Brashears makes a bit of contact with Randy. Meredith going to send it 3 wide on the low side of Hardy. Hardy looks like he had to chase that car up the track just a bit. Spencer's right there. He's kind of getting put in a vulnerable position, getting squeezed in there. Spencer's trying to look on the low side of Brashears. He wasn't right there yet. Meredith down below Duggar. German up front, up in fourth, trying to get up into third, steal that spot from Baker while those guys are back. A few more spots battling, still going at it. Hardy inside Spencer, so Hardy's going to fall in behind Spencer now. Duggar behind him, Meredith on his inside. And down into turn number 1. Hardy's going to slide ahead as Meredith tried to put a move on the low side. Brashears outside of that one car. Meredith, no doubt, going to make a move on Hardy down into this turn. Meredith slides it up almost into Hardy. Just a air gap between them, not a whole lot. Coming up off of turn number 4 now. Ooh, if those guys settle down for a second, we can look at some of the other drivers through the fields. Love it when we get great green action like that. Hardy, Meredith, and Spencer still kind of going at it back there. Duggar along with them. Sun really popping out from behind those clouds it was hiding from a few laps ago. Hardy on the low side of Spencer. Through turn number 3, Hardy and Spencer still side by side. Hardy's going to get that spot over Spencer, but now Spencer is being challenged by Meredith. Looking on his rear quarter. Hardy makes a pass on Garand. He's going to steal that spot away, no problem. Meredith working on Spencer as they come up off of turn number 4. He's got him almost cleared, not quite. Spencer's going to be able to get a little bit of his position back on Meredith, but has to jam on the brakes because Garand just enters the corner a little sooner. And Spencer having nowhere to go. Garand's going to slide up high. Spencer's going to try and go down low. Garand smacks the wall. Duggar trying to make his way past Garand too. Brian Beach is going to be making a move on him as well. Trenton Jump continuing to just be so dominant here at New Hampshire tonight. Road Truck doing a great job as well. He's made his way up through a few spots up towards the front there, and he has resided right there. German, he's kind of come up out of nowhere, making his way through to be a top contender in the second half of this race. Crump, Chicano right there. Shears behind them. Hardy, Meredith, Spencer, Duggar. Side by side, German and Chicano. Down the backstretch, they bump doors. Into the turn. Crump right behind them. German was going to try to diamond the corner. Chicano didn't let him do it. That's going to cost German a spot. Crump challenging Chicano. He's going to make that move down to the turn number 1, but Chicano's got too much of a run on the high side. They're both going to throttle it up, coming up off of the corner. Crump had the advantage, but Chicano got a good run on the high side. Down the backstretch, heading down towards turn number 3. Still side by side. Behind them, Brashears and German going to battle. And Crump's going to dive in behind Chicano. Emos up into the wall in that high line. German and Hardy side by side. Fighting for 7th place right now. Oh, and Hardy gets into German's rear quarter. He jumps way out of it. Let's take a better look back at that. Let's ride on with Hardy. What the heck? Alright, go on with German then. Not really sure what happened there. They kind of both just drifted a bit, I guess, but great job either way by both drivers. Chicano trying to reel in Baker so he can take back into that 3rd place position. German and Hardy still side by side. Not sure if German's trying to put a block on Hardy. Hardy looks on the low side. He's to his quarter, his door. Up off of turn number 4. Hardy having a hard time making the pass stick. He can get to his quarter and his door on in the corners. Bristol coming up off of pit road by the looks of it. And Crump's going to be hitting pit road. Oh, back end comes out on him a bit. Possibly some short pitting from Crump, or just getting into the pit window. Possibly kick off green flag stops. We'll have to see in just a moment if anybody's going to follow him down the pit road. And of course, there's always possibility of caution flags coming out during the pit cycles. Somebody not having good pit entrance, as we see. Is that Bruce? No, that was Evans. Hardy's still going to work on German, trying to make that pass for 6th place. Emo's coming up off of pit road. Oh, and 22 is going around down on the grass. It's Craig Bristol. He's going to keep it down on the apron, so we're going to stay green. Just heads into the corner. The back end just kind of steps out on him. Great job keeping that thing down off the track. avoid a caution. This battle with Hardy and German still going on. Hardy just taking a swing lap after lap on German. Hardy has a great entrance into the corners, but just not able to complete it with a great exit while German is right there. Not able to utilize the whole track as he would like to. So they're still side by side coming up off of turn number 4. That's the best run that Hardy's had. Now he's going to dip back in behind him. Just past the 101 mark. 101 laps here at New Hampshire. I'm kind of surprised to see or hear shifting in these Xfinity cars. Randy Bashir's hitting pit road. So the battle is still on with Hardy and German. The battle to watch lap after lap. They've been going at it for 10, 15, I don't even know how many laps. Just lap after lap after lap. Just battling it out for this spot. That's going to be for the 5th place spot at the moment. See Bashir's pulling off the pit road, and looks like Hardy might have it. He's going to slide up in front of German. And he does. Hardy finally makes that spot on German, put that car up into 5th place, but he hits the wall. German going to try and cross him back over. Oh no, he is going to try and cross him over. He's to the point. And German gets that spot right back, but Hardy having a run. Is he going to be able to make it happen again? I think he might be able to take that run off of the corner. Make his stick, try to get that spot back. He's not going to have enough to clear him off the corner. Oh. Terrible mistake. Hardy makes that pass finally and then slaps the wall on the high side. Costs him the spot back. Now he's back fighting for it, but he's going to slide up in front of German. He does. Bashir's not on the same lap as he was just in the pits. Bashir's just going to go by on the outside. Excuse me, the inside. Now Hardy has gotten that spot back again from German for 5th place. Hardy way up by the wall. Now that he's not fighting, he's possibly going to start running some different lines, try and diamond the track, doing what works for him. But epic battle pursued there for that position. Trenton Jump, of course, still leading with James Road Truck 1 second behind him, and Steve Baker in 3rd. Chicano 4th, Hardy 5th. Meredith now trying to make a pass on German. Reggie Evans and Coggin. Randy currently the first car, 1 lap down. Again, pit stop cycles. Meredith has gotten by German. And now Swavely challenging German. No doubt all that fighting with Hardy that he did trying to hold him off killed his tires, because now he is just kind of dropping to these other competitors. And Meredith heading down pit road. Trenton Jump going to come across the line for lap 111 of 140 tonight. Chicano just hit pit road. So we're starting to have our green flag pit stop cycle through now. It's starting to pick up. Meredith with them fresh tires. We haven't had any more pit takers quite yet. Shear's about to unlap himself. And there he goes, racing back onto the lead lap. Chicano off the lead lap, trying to unlap himself. Ooh, Schlag gets the wall. Evans is on pit road. Trenton Jump going to head down pit road. So Road Truck going to take over the lead. While Sleevely reeling in Baker. Not on the lead lap though. Ooh, Hardy kind of missed that corner in a big way. See what these leaders are going to do. As far as pit stops, I'm kind of surprised they've opted to stay so long as some of the other faster cars have pitted now. If Row Truck and Baker don't pit soon, they're going to be in trouble when Jump gets back up, inevitably, as he's still on the lead lap. Currently in 17th, but a lot of the cars in front of him still have not gotten tires, and leaders are behind him, but I don't know what the difference is, but it is a lot faster. So he'll be able to make up quite a good bit of time if they just don't get new tires, as well as we don't know where that, I don't know exactly where the fuel window is. So if these guys could even make it on fuel, I'm going to guess no, considering everybody else pitted, but seems just odd for Road Truck and Baker and even Hardy to stay out so much longer than Jump. There's Trenton Jump, 17th. Meredith trying to get a lap back from Row Truck. Having a bit of a hard time doing his. Row Truck's trying to just, I'm not sure why he's fighting him off, because Swavely just went by him, so he's not making that pass. Baker seems to be reeling in Row Truck now. Duggar currently in 20th, trying to unlap himself from Row Truck. Row Truck going to come across the line with just 15 laps to go here at New Hampshire. I'm not sure. Maybe these guys are hoping for a caution. This one's kind of got me stumbled, I guess. Stumped. Trenton Jump up into 13th. Runs that thing down on the apron, trying to make up as much time as possible. I think he was expecting a lot of those cars to pit behind him, and they still haven't. Duggar still trying to unlap himself from Road Truck. Road Truck definitely not out here handing those spots back to them. They're having to work for it. Of course, he's got Baker behind him, trying to put the pressure on. Duggar just wants to get that spot, so if the caution comes out, boom, he's all good. He doesn't have to worry about whether he'll get a lucky dog or not. He should, you know, in case, unless there's some kind of contact with him specifically. It's looking like Duggar has finally unlapped himself from James Road Truck. Jump, made his way up into 8th. 17 seconds back though. Whew. Road Truck's coming up off of turn number 4. Gonna be going across the line for the 10 to go mark. Jump 17 seconds back, 10 laps to go. I don't know, are these guys gonna be able to make it to the finish, or are they hoping for a caution? Fear we might end up seeing these guys pull in with only just a couple laps to go. Baker, Road Truck, and Hardy. Jump trying to make his way by Chicano. Jumps up to 6th now. Nine laps to go. Jump sends that thing way down onto the apron, even clips a bit of grass. Across the paint, Alonso's going to try and cross him back over. He's got enough of a run. He's to his quarter. Door. Chicano on the low side, jump up high, going down to turn number 1. Schley up into the wall. Jump's going to get the spot off of turn number 2. Schley's going to pass Chicano as well. Schley not for position. Here comes Hardy. Hardy has to bring it down to pit road with 7 laps to go. So that's going to do it for Hardy. I'm going to say that Road Truck and Baker are not going to make it to the end of this race without stopping. Hardy might have overshot. Oh, Hardy even taking tires. That's kind of a surprise. Would have thought at this point he'd just take some fuel. This has just been right side tires there, but Baker and Road Truck still the top 2 cars coming up off of turn number 4 with just 6 laps to go. Well, we got a lot of cars that did not pit since lap 76, 74. I don't know. Unless we're going to have a whole bunch of cars running out of fuel. About to come around for 4 to go. We come up off of turn number 4. Baker and Road Truck still working. If they can make it on fuel, man, this is going to be one heck of a win for these guys. And jump back there 13 seconds in 4 laps is not going to make it happen. It's just, again, a matter of time if whether it's going to be fuel. Do they have enough to make it 3.5 more times around? And that's given that it stays green. Crossing the line. There's Hardy behind him, but unfortunately no longer on the lead lap. Hardy all the way back to 18th now. No problem passing those guys now, though. Through turns 3 and 4. Road Truck sends it down low. There's 2 laps to go. Oh, man, it is going to come right down to it. Down the backstretch, head down into turn number 3. Baker's looking on the low side. Road Truck's coming across the line for the white flag. Just 1 more lap to go. Road Truck just needs to make good lap through here. Gets off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Down into 3 one more time. Is Baker going to do anything? He looks on the low side. He's not going to be able to do it. Road Truck up off of turn number 4. In a pit strategy, Road Truck takes the win. James, Road Truck is your winner here tonight at New Hampshire. Your final results. James Road Truck putting that thing in victory lane tonight. Steve Baker second. Trenton Jump brings it back up through the field to third. Alonzo Chicano fourth. Brian Beach fifth. Eric Stamp sixth. Logan Brakey is 7th. Kevin Roy 8th. Wesley Crump is 9th. 10th is Randy Bashirs. Chris Spencer 11th. 12th is Michael Meredith. Dustin German 13th. 14th is Brandon Grand. Kyle Hardy is 15th. Richard Slavely 16th. Alan Duggar 17th. 18th is Dustin Coggin. 19th, Zane Bailey. Reggie Evans is 20th. Michael Carter, 21st. Jeff Gilmore, 22nd. Dalton Schley is 23rd. 24th is Craig Bristol. 25th, Jimmy Emos. Sean Freeman, 26th. 27th is Casey Wynn. And Darren Bruce brings it home in 28th. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our top finishers.
I'm Jason Turner. I own Turner's Alignment and Tire. Been in business for 20 years now. I'm an alignment shop brat. My dad owned this place when I was born. I've been here my whole life. So it's the only thing I've ever done. Do alignments, brakes, tires, shocks, struts, do all undercarriage work. We really specialize in just the drivability. We just do things a little bit different than most places. My first ever boss told me, when you're really good at something, be the best at it. Don't be really good at a lot of things, be the best at one thing. And we chose to do this, the one thing I'm good at, and decided to keep getting better at it. People should choose us because we have fair, competitive pricing. We use the newest, latest equipment out on the market. We have the highest quality staff, and we get the job done fast.
Welcome back to New Hampshire. We're still waiting for a few of our top finishers. Looks like for the moment, I think we have Trenton jump. All right, let's see. Trenton jump, bringing it home in third place tonight. Trenton, you had a great race, led so much of this one, and ended up pitting towards the end there. Tell us about how the night was and up to that point.
Yeah, seems like I'm really good at New Hampshire. I guess I didn't know that until tonight. I was pretty bad early on. I know I led most of it. I was pretty bad early on, and then I kind of saw what they were doing with running the lines and shifting and whatnot, and got that, and just I ended up leading a bunch, but I didn't really care to win the race tonight. I just wanted to make sure I won the bracket challenge, so I knew I wasn't gonna have enough fuel, so I pitted there at the end and was able to drive back and get past German there for the bracket win.
So tell us about the decision to pit later in the race there, where no one announced it. I guess it wasn't a fuel issue. Tell us on your decision on that.
Yeah, I was short on fuel. I was 6-7 laps short on fuel, and I wasn't gonna be able to back off enough and save. So I pit and just prayed I was able to get back to him, which I did. So yeah.
Well, unfortunately, not able to get up into the win, but making it through the field up into a podium spot. So leading all those laps and getting back up through there. Great job tonight. Like you said, you're definitely good at New Hampshire. So who do you want to thank, Trenton?
Yeah, just want to thank the admins in this league. You, Chris, at 15 Studios for broadcasting this every week. Makes it fun to go back and watch in the weeks that I do well. And I want to thank my teammates at Armadillo Motorsports, Logan Brakey and Eric Stamp. They posted a 6th and 7th tonight. I want to thank Justin at Justin Teal Designs for painting this car.
All right. Well, congratulations, Trenton.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Let's bring in Steve Baker. Steve Baker bringing it home in second place tonight. Steve, you did a great job keeping that car up, I believe, right in the top 5 all night long, and going down to the end of the wire. Tell us about it.
Yeah, last fuel run was close when we went at green, and really was just cruising the whole run to save fuel. Luckily, almost everybody else pitted except for James, and then we kind of were just out there waiting for the end of it.
Looked like you may have been able to get him. You really went for it right at the end. Do you think maybe a few more laps you might have been able to take that win?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he was doing a good job saving too, so I don't know how much fuel he had left. I think he ran out coming to I went back around, but I think we're pretty equal on fuel, and I was pushing, just as much as I needed to, but I didn't want to use anybody up to try and win or get out front. So I gave it a couple shots and just didn't have it there quite at the end. I think maybe if we had a couple more laps of fuel, I could have pushed harder, but I had to manage both.
Well, you did a great job keeping it up there, and the fuel conservation effort timed out perfectly for you. It's great to see when that works out for you guys to conserve a bit of fuel and it actually pay off, putting that thing in second. So great job on that one. Who do you want to thank, Steve?
Thank you for the broadcast. Thanks to my teammates, Smoke Show Racing, and thanks to the admins here. And congrats to James on the win.
All right. Well, congrats to you on second place, and I'm sure we'll be speaking to you in the future.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Road Truck, I guess he just doesn't like to talk to me. Every time he places, which has been quite a lot recently, actually, he seems to forget. Maybe he just doesn't like to be interviewed. Anyways, great job by James Road Truck tonight, putting that thing up in victory lane, playing the fuel game, making it work out for him, putting it in victory lane. So congratulations to James Row Truck on that one tonight. That's going to do it for us here at 1-5 Studios. If you've enjoyed the broadcast, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the racing action. And once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the next track.